everybody, and welcome back to Let's Talk Parks. My name is Becky Dunlap, and in this episode, we are doing a special on 2025 trends. So this one is really neat. You're going to hear from a lot of our team members and Parks, Recreation, Libraries here at Becky Dunlap, and they're going to be talking about the trends that they're seeing out in the field as they're working with communities across the country and really tuning into the organizations and the way needs are changing in the communities that they serve. I would like to start out by saying that I think a trend that we're going to continue to see is two things. I'm going to do one that's focused on the work that I've been doing recently, and then one that's a bit more personal. So the first one is around dashboards and making our plans implementable. So it's really about how do we operationalize the planning efforts that we do and make them into something that out of the box the agencies that we're working with can utilize almost immediately. So it's kind of like creating a system for them to put these plans into action and then to have kind of a dashboard that displays it in a way that demonstrates progress. And that's so important for that storytelling piece, the funding piece. I mean, everything that we need in terms of support. Those types of dashboards and almost like an operating system, if you will, is something that's going to continue to help with those efficiencies. The other thing that I'm seeing more of a personal perspective as a working parent with a 5-year-old is the need for facilities to have spaces where parents can work while their children are in childcare or participating in a program. And I really don't think it's going to take much of a change in order to get there. I think the first piece is around marketing and positioning these facilities as like co-working spaces, if you will, making sure that the layout and the furniture and the environment supports more of a working space. So tables, chairs, fast Wi-Fi. And so the parents with children can be able to get the work done that they need while also knowing that their child is well taken care of. And that doesn't have to be through a formalized daycare or childcare system, but just making sure that you're offering programs during those times that parents may have to work. So those are my two trends, and I'm really excited for you to be tuning in and hearing from the rest of our team members who will be introducing themselves and telling you about their trend. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and welcome to 2025.
Hi, this is Jason Genk with Becky Dunlap, and one of the things that I believe will continue and grow as a trend in 2025 is accessibility in parks and trails and open spaces, and of course our services that we see across the field, and well beyond ADA standards, and really reaching out and learning with the community about how their services and their facilities can be truly more accessible. We're seeing more and more of that already in 2024, but I believe as our demographics change and as our communities evolve, there's going to be a higher expectation and I believe awareness around more accessibility to our services.
Hello, my name is Danny Wilson, and I am a manager in Becky Dunlap's Parks, Recreation, and Libraries practice. I also serve as a Park Board Commissioner for the Oswegoland Park District in Illinois. One trending topics for us here in Oswego, Illinois, is the potential addition of a cricket stadium. Although it's a private venture example, we have heard similar stories of potential cricket stadiums in the Chicago suburbs. It seems that the cricket community is interested in growing the sport in the United States, beyond park spaces and into larger stadiums. Cricket is on the rise.
This is Lisa Paradis, Senior Manager at Becky Dunlap. I think one of the trends for 2025 is going to be an intentional focus on both individual and team mental health and self-care. Another trend in 2025, I think, is going to be the exploration of digital storytelling, and especially with organizations that are doing large-scale planning efforts, to have those planning documents sit on shelves or be pages and tomes of information that sort of collect dust, I think is a thing of the past. And with AI and all the other platforms and tools that are out there, I think organizations are going to start really looking toward digitizing their future planning efforts for their agencies. Another thing that I think is going to be on the minds of everybody in 2025 is the update of their ADA planning efforts, whether that's assessments and action plans or full-on transition plans. Pretty much every organization is going to need to take a close look at what they've got to update it for the future.
Hello, everyone. This is Kalen Valier, a GIS and level of service analyst at Becky Dunlap, and here to talk about a trend that's hotter than avocado toast. That's walkability and multimodal transportation. So this is a trend that really taps into the growing desire for less car-dependent living. People are eager to walk or bike or roll to their destinations, especially when it comes to enjoying the local parks. And they want to do so safely and enjoyably. We've seen this trend recently in action at a project in Harupa Valley, California, where the community couldn't have been clearer. It said that we want trails, not traffic. These people are craving better connectivity, multi-use paths, and safer spaces to move around. So we listened to the demands and we crafted a comprehensive trails master plan proposing new off-street trails along some of their canals, the railroads, and rivers. And it's not something that'll happen overnight. The buzz in the city of these upcoming developments is palpable. In the last decade, there's been a resounding call for urban spaces where cars aren't the be-all and the end-all. The National Association of Realtors recently showed that about 90% of Gen Z or millennials are willing to pay a premium to have a home in a walkable community. And to really be said, these walkable areas are the new black. You know, they're trending. They're hip. They're cool. Thing like social hubs where you can bump into neighbors without that awkward, "Hey, I saw you in your driveway" chat. But here's the thing. Making these places walkable isn't about just laying down some lines of paint. It's really about reimagining our urban landscapes and ensuring that they're safer. Do this with things like effective lighting or clear wayfinding signs or traffic designs help to bring car speeds down to a human scale. And as our cities and our populations expand, it's clear that this love affair with walkability isn't just some trend. It is going to be the groundwork for a healthier and more sustainable future. So let's continue to do the work to build neighborhoods where we can walk, park, not just drive, and maybe even meet new friends or friendly dogs along the way. That's my take on what's trending in Parks and Rec.
Hi, my name is Miranda Hansen, and I'm a staff consultant with Becky Dunlap. One trend that we've been seeing a lot of with our clients is the utilization of Placer AI to look at visitation analytics for a park or facility that either our client owns, or also looking at parks or facilities that their nearby competitors use. But the visitation analytics really allows our clients to look a little bit deeper at how their parks and facilities are being used. So a couple of things that Placer AI can do is pull visitation analytics from a certain time period, and it shows us how users are using the park or facility. So for example, you can look at trends for daily visitation. So what day of the week is the most popular for visitors? You can also look at hourly trends. So seeing, what times of the day are most popular. And you can also just look at how long visitors are staying at a certain location. It also allows you to drill in a little bit deeper and look at where users are coming either before they're visiting a park or facility and where they're going after they visit as well. It also allows you to look at the demographics of your visitors to really understand who's utilizing our parks and facilities the most and how can we kind of cater to their needs a little bit more. One feature that's really cool that Placer AI has is a data set using Experian Mosaic. And what that does is it gives consumer profiles for the visitors that are coming to that park or facility. So the consumer profiles allows us to understand a little bit more what kind of marketing might work, what kind of services they might need more of, what kind of interests these visitors have. So Placer AI really has a lot of different tools to look at many different things to really understand who's using the facilities, how are they using them, and how can we optimize their use of them a little bit more. So using this data, you can do things like staff more appropriately at certain times. You can also decide when it might be most optimal to hold an event. On the other hand, you can also use that information to try to have events and programs, maybe when it's a little bit slower, to see if you can bring that visitation up a little bit more during slow periods.
Hello, Tom Deal, manager with Barry Dunn. One of the trends that I've been noticing recently are agencies looking to get a better handle on the costs for operations and maintenance of their parks, both new parks and existing parks. What I'm seeing is they are looking for data-driven information that can help make decisions regarding the number of FTE, full-time equivalent employees needed to maintain the parks, as well as other associated costs such as commodities, utilities.
Hi, my name is Dante Cavaz, and I'm a staff consultant for the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries team, focused mainly on bringing innovative GIS mapping solutions to our clients. In many projects and proposals I've come across, there is an interest among Parks and Rec professionals in not only mapping their communities to better understand them, but also making those maps interactive for their use and engaging to share with the public. The ability to layer demographic data about the community over maps of their own parks and recreational facilities helps our clients identify priority areas, and public-facing interactive maps allow the community to comment maintenance concerns or park improvement recommendations quickly and easily. Over the next year, I expect to see more communities employing these mapping dashboards through software such as ArcGIS Story Maps and other Esri products.
Hello, my name is Art Thatcher, and I'm a manager with Barry Dunn in the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Consulting Group. One of the questions I've been asked is, what are the top trends that I see with communities that I'm working with around the country? What I see is the number one trend is the request for restroom facilities in parks and at athletic facilities. It has grown over the years. Additionally, I see the rise in requests for non-traditional sports facilities. Cricket pitches and futsal courts are two that come to mind as being highly requested. Also, recreation departments are now becoming the gateway to outdoor adventure sports. So it's the opportunity for citizens to get an introduction to mountain biking, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding without having to go into the expense of buying the equipment before they try it. Also, the final that I would say is trails and connectivity are still a top priority and a top trend within the community. And finally, continuing to maintain what the community currently has. So before building a lot of new things, taking care of parks and facilities and amenities that currently exist and bringing them up to a standard that the community would like to see.
Hi, this is Elsa Fisher, manager with Barry Dunn. And what I keep seeing in survey results and through community engagement is how important connecting to nature and having nature programming and nature play and opportunities for people to learn about the environment and then relax in the environment, especially with the focus on mental health. So that's what I would say my top trend is for 2025.
Hi there, my name's Lisa Wolf. I'm a senior consultant with the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Practice Group at Barry Dunn. Here to talk to you a little bit today in reference to trends for teens and the importance of really programming and directing your programming efforts towards this age group. Understanding teen trends is crucial for Parks and Rec professionals, mainly because it allows you to design programs that really can resonate with the interests and needs of today's youth. We all know that teenagers are typically at a developmental stage where they're exploring their identities, really seeking independence and looking for ways to socialize. So by recognizing those types of interests and concerns, we as Parks and Rec professionals can really begin to look at ways to integrate technologies and other values that this age group particularly focuses on and create relevant and some engaging experiences. It might be through esports, leagues, outdoor adventure programs, or really creative workshops. Understanding and knowing what attracts the teens basically will hopefully foster a sense of community and personal growth for the teens. Some ideas to consider for trends in parks and recreation with teens basically do fall within the realm of the digital engagement platforms, whether it be esports, who consistently gain traction among teams, offering maybe some organized competitive gaming events and leagues within a community center, such as esports tournaments, gaming spaces, or really just platforms for virtual and augmented reality experiences. There's a growing trend in the outdoor adventure and extreme sports for teens these days. Teens are really gravitating towards that outdoor adventure sports opportunity, extreme recreation activities, wanting more challenging and exciting experiences beyond the traditional sports experiences. Some examples of the outdoor adventure and extreme sports trends include rock climbing, BMX courses, which have been around for quite some time, but zip lines, mountain biking trails, of course, climbing walls, skate parks, mainly active activities that are beyond the traditional sports of, say, for instance, baseball, basketball, football, softball, period. Cultural programs are really becoming a trend. Not everybody is interested in the athletic side of parks and recreation, so teens are basically increasing and engaging in more creative arts and cultural activities and becoming a larger part of the recreation programs, such as music production workshops, maybe some audio and theater technology classes and programs. And then the really cool piece of that is the street art and graffiti classes where the kids have the opportunity to truly express themselves. Those are just a few of the ideas that we have implemented here and there or suggested for some of our clients to implement. And hopefully they were providing you with some really motivational opportunities to think creatively and really make sure you're including these teens within your programming platforms.
This is Rich Newman. I'm a senior consultant at Barry Dunn, specializing in arts and culture master planning. And the trend we're seeing within the arts and culture community relates directly to public art, such as monumental sculptures. In 2025, we expect to see more and more communities that not only recognize the value public art brings to public spaces, including our parks, but also the importance of long-term maintenance of those pieces. Just like a physical building, public art requires a routine maintenance on an ongoing basis. So whether that's power washing an exterior or waxing a bronze figure, Barry Dunn can help communities develop a budget and a maintenance schedule to help keep public art looking its best.
Hi, this is Nikki Ginger, manager at Barry Dunn. When I think of trends in parks and recreation, a few of them come to mind. First, the desire to do away with lengthy comp plans that nobody reads. Leadership and community want something simpler and more interactive, thinking about reducing text and using graphics to sell the future of the agency. I've been curious about several tools like 3D mapping and how we can apply it. You haven't seen much of it in the public sector yet, but there are a lot of private sectors using it to help draw individuals in. Another trend is doing away with open houses. With competing priorities, no one has time to participate in open houses. And if they do, it's typically the same individuals that you hear from again and again. We need to continue to come up with creative ways to gather input from the silent majority. And lastly, sadly, combating disinformation. We are increasingly seeing how rumors and misinformation are spreading faster than wildfire. It's not only in words, but mocked up videos. AI has done some incredible things and made our lives so much easier. But at the same time, there are some people out there that are using it for bad or for evil. So how do we combat this? Certainly a way is to make sure that you're out in your communities, that people know you and believe you, and that your allies are there to help support you and are speaking louder than those that may not see exactly the same way that you do.
Hello, Park and Recreation friends. This is Ryan Hegernus, and I'd like to share 2 workplace technology trends for Parks and Recreation in 2025. The first is the widespread adoption of artificial intelligence tools in the workplace. At a recent NRPA session, I polled the audience on their use of AI tools. Roughly 1/4 were using them on a frequent or regular basis. 1/4 had not used any AI tools at all, and half of the audience had dabbled with some tools but were not using them on a regular basis. I would not be surprised by the end of 2025 if the number of people utilizing these tools on a regular basis doubles, and it will be increasingly uncommon for people in administrative roles to not use these tools. For better or for worse, in the years ahead, I think that not utilizing the efficiencies of AI tools for certain research, analysis, and writing tasks may be viewed as trying to do your budgeting without the use of a spreadsheet or calculator. The next trend I see for early adopters is the utilization of augmented reality, virtual reality, or mixed reality glasses or headsets for productivity and efficiency. Imagine your prescription glasses doing language translation for you, allowing you to chat with an AI assistant, or taking photos and videos at events without the need of pulling out your phone. The technology is already here and is increasingly affordable. Similarly, for a few $100s today, XR sunglasses will allow you to overlay apps and information from your smartphone with the real world, or will allow you to view a large 3-monitor workstation while sitting in a coffee shop or an economy seat on a flight. The use of these tools in our field will not be widespread in 2025, but I do anticipate people finding benefits from them and beginning to leverage them in the year ahead.
This is Jeff Milkus, Senior Consultant with Barry Dunn. One of the trends that is likely to continue to grow, as I think most parks and recreation professionals understand, is pickleball. However, there's going to be and continues to be a new trend within pickleball of shared spaces and use of tennis courts using mobile pickleball equipment. While most pickleball players would rather have dedicated spaces, and tennis players would typically not like to share spaces, the options of bringing portable equipment into those tennis courts seems to be picking up. Tennis players, from my experience, have begun to be much more accepting of this practice. 2 years ago, even, in many communities I work in, there was quite a bit of anxiety and animosity about pickleball taking over tennis courts. Now I can speak for several projects that I've done in communities in Washington State and in California, and it appears that there is, again, a growing acceptance of the need to share those spaces.
Yes. Would it be a trends episode without talking about pickleball? Well, there you have it, our top trends for 2025. I hope you enjoyed this episode and hearing from our team members in the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries practice here at Barry Dunn. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great holiday season. And until next time, let's talk parks.